Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are an aspiring author or a published author, then this video is for you. For today, what I want to focus on is keyword research. So I want to show you how you can maybe have an idea in mind and you want to check first the metrics of are people actually searching for that idea? And two, how can I use software that can help me save time, money, and energy to find the keywords that I really want to be using that people are searching for, but has low enough competition for me to go in and use those keywords in my listing to index front and center on the pages I want to index front and center for.
I don't even know what that means.
With that, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through an example of how to use the software that I use and go everywhere from the keyword research phase on the actual Amazon platform to inside of the software itself. So stick around for this journey and let me know what you think. All right, I'm on the Amazon page, and before I get into using the software to show you how to find keywords that can help you generate sales, I'm sure you want to know which software I'm using. So I'll be using the Helium 10 Chrome extension, and Helium 10 is a software company for Amazon sellers. Whether you're selling physical products or digital products, you can use it in a lot of different aspects of your Amazon journey, and it is a completely free extension. So if you don't have it, go to the site www.helium10.com/extension, and you'll be able to add it to your Chrome and use it directly on the Amazon site. Once you have that downloaded, it will show up on the top right-hand panel, and it will give you access to a bunch of different tools. So you'll have your Xray, which is for Amazon product research, Xray keywords to help you find top performing keywords that your competitors are using to generate sales, ASIN Grabber to kind of get some high level information, and then profitability calculator inventory levels and review insights to see what people like or dislike about a product, especially those product listings that have thousands of reviews. They're a little bit more difficult to comb through. I'm not going to go over all of these in this video, but I will kind of show you a brief overview of this free Chrome extension, as well as how you can use some of the other Helium 10 tools to craft a really optimized listing. Let's get into it. First things first, we need a keyword. I've really been into mindfulness lately, and earlier today I actually did a demo for a group of authors that were specifically in the kids niche. So I'm gonna kind of show you what that demo was like. If I type in mindfulness, I immediately have access to a search expander because I have the Chrome extension installed. This is wonderful for not only taking a look at search volumes for associated keywords, but also finding keywords you might not necessarily have in the forefront of your mind. Of course, you have Amazon suggestions, things that people are actually searching for. We have mindfulness journal, mindfulness for kids, mindfulness cards, gifts, etc. But we also have keywords after, so I'll show you some keywords that have words after the word that you've typed in, as well as before. So this is really nice for finding related keywords without necessarily having to type all of them in and seeing whether or not there is demand. Search volume, these numbers that are right next to all these keywords, are how many times on average is somebody searching for this keyword every single month. And the green and red arrow contributes to your understanding of how that search volume has changed over the last 30 days. So has it gone up? Has it gone down? And if you want to get a closer look, you can also click this graph icon, which I love doing just to check seasonality. Is it something that's starting to become a trend? Has it become seasonal? Is it always popular? And then if I want to see over 30 days, 90 days, 1 year, or all time, or maybe a specific period, I just drag and drop. I'm going to X out of this. We also have Smart Complete, so keywords that essentially would show up in a broad match campaign for when you are running your PPC campaigns. But again, something great to look at and get a feel for, is there something related to your book idea that you will want to include in your listing? Down here, we also have access to some search volume data, how that search volume again has changed, the number of competing products showing up for this keyword, as well as the title density. This is telling me there are 40 products on the first page for the keyword mindfulness that are actually using mindfulness in the title. Now, if this number was a lot lower, then you would know that you have more opportunity to rank easier without spending money on advertising. If I were hovering over any of these other keywords, you'll see that, for example, mindfulness cards is a lot lower. Now, mindfulness cards isn't a book niche, so I'm going to skip over that. But here we have mindfulness for kids, and that also seems to have a title density of 9. I like to see that. I like seeing that there's at least 4,152 searches happening on it. I'm not saying that's a minimum, but I'm saying that that's well over 100 searches a day. So let's take a look at this keyword and see what we find. Here, again, because this isn't something that we specifically went into the category section and found in the books category, you will see some varied information here. But let's say I was interested in finding or creating a mindfulness book, then I have some option to understand data here. Chrome extension automatically gives you access to the seller country, ASINs if you want to quickly drag and drop somewhere, category changes, as well as the seller's fulfillment method and variation type. Here you can see that we do have a listing that's in the books category. We actually have quite a few books here. Let's take a look at some of the higher level information. I'm going to click the Chrome extension and then click Xray Amazon Product Research. And this will give me access to information like the revenue, the price point, the sales happening in the last 30 days, the sales graph. Again, you can click it to open up historical context, the bestseller rank, the seller country origin, the FBA fees if they're selling via merchant fulfilled or by FBA. We have the active number of sellers, ratings, review count, images, review velocity, buy box, category, size, tier, fulfillment type, dimensions, weight, and creation date. So a lot of information here. But how do I find keyword Shivali? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's zoom in here and select some of these books that we're interested in potentially modeling our book after. So here we have mindfulness for kids in 10 minutes a day. We have this mindfulness workbook for kids, 60 plus activities. We also have, let's see here, breathe like a bear, 30 mindful moments for kids to feel calm. Let's select that. And then maybe we want one more activity book. So here we have the mindfulness activities book for kids 4 to 8. I love that we're seeing an age specification on this listing. Relevancy is so important, and I want to be sure to mention that. So when you're going through and you're looking for keywords, especially ones that are maybe age specific or color specific or size specific, you want to make sure you're selecting products that are highly relevant to that specific avatar you have in mind. Who exactly is going to be searching for these things? Parents that are looking for activities books for kids ages 4 to 8 are not the same parents that will be searching for their kids who are aged younger or older. I'm going to go ahead and select this for the sake of this example and then click Run Cerebro. So what this will do is Cerebro is the Helium 10 tool that is reverse product keyword research. It will input those product identifiers that we just selected and find top performing keywords. You will see access to a variety of different advanced filters here, and that is to help you narrow down the amount of filtered keywords that these books are indexing for. I don't have time to go through 17,421 filtered keywords. However, I know that I can easily narrow down what I have in mind by using all of these different options or a different mix of them. And if I've typed in multiple ASINs, I'll also have access to these one-click filters. So you can narrow down your results really fast by clicking top keywords or opportunity keywords. You might be curious, what exactly is the difference between these two? And top keywords are main keywords commonly used by these competitors you typed in and have substantial search volume. And then opportunity keywords are keywords that create opportunity to calculate your rank using activity, rank, and search volume of the competitor. In simple terminology, all this means is multiple of these ASINs are showing up for the keywords we'll see when we click top keywords, or opportunity keywords will show you maybe only a couple of these are actually ranking for, and that means we have some opportunity to get in there, rank for that keyword, and make some sales. I'm going to show you an example of how this changes the information we're seeing by clicking these filters. First, let me scroll down and just show you some of the information you're given. Yes, we have 17,421 filtered keywords without actually inputting any parameters. You'll also see keyword sales. So how many sales are being made by these books for these keyword phrases? We have the Cerebro IQ score, which is the ratio between search volume and competing products, how that search volume has changed via search volume trend, your sponsored ASINs, number of competing products, your CPR number, which is how many products do you have to give away over 8 days to actually rank on the top half of page 1 for this keyword. And then title density, which I explained in the search expander, how many page one products actually have this searched keyword inside of the title in this exact format. Let's open this up and I'll show you. Here you see meditation for kids, mindfulness for kids, empowering card for kids, but nothing that really says kids mindfulness. And title density is definitely one of those things you can look at to get an understanding of if you will be able to rank for page one faster without spending money on PPC. You also have your match type, sponsored rank, Amazon recommended rank, so what Amazon recommends you rank for, as well as your position rank, relative rank, competitor rank, ranking competitors, count, and your competitor performance score. If you're ever confused on what any of these mean, just hover over the column title and you will be able to see exactly what that is. So here you can see ranking competitors means number of competitor ASINs that ranked for the given phrase. We had 4 ASINs inputted. We love to see that all 4 of them are ranking for this keyword, which gives us a higher competitor performance score versus something that's lower, which would indicate maybe more opportunity, alongside the fact that we do want to take it into consideration with search volume to see if that is a word we want to use inside of our listing or inside of our title. I'm going to scroll back up and click top keywords. Let's take a look at those keywords either all of those ASINs are ranking for or multiple ASINs are ranking for. We went from 17,000 plus keywords to 23 filtered keywords. And this is awesome because you can now quickly go through and sort for relevancy, taking a look at search volume and making sure that this will actually appeal to the idea you have in mind. So here we have mindfulness for kids mindfulness books, practicing mindfulness. The kid stays in the picture paperback. I'm going to delete that. We also have Mindful to Mindful, which I love. That is a really neat title. Calming skills. You get the gist. You can go through and then filter these for relevancy. I'm going to select some here. Let's say I wanted to save these or keep them for later when I'm starting to build my listing, or maybe I'm looking for chapters in my book which I want to include some of these ideas for. I could highlight them, checkbox them, and click add to my list. I'm going to click create new folder if I don't have a folder already and type in mindfulness. So here I'm clicking save. Know that once I create the new folder, it won't automatically sort for that. So here I have mindfulness, and once I have that saved, it will actually go to the tools bar where you have this my list keywords. That's where it will get saved. Let's go back to what else we have available here. We have the keyword distribution. So there are 17,422 total keywords these ASINs are showing up for, of which 1,973 are sponsored, 13,856 are organic, and 2,782 are Amazon recommended. We also have word frequency. These are based off of the input that we have. So I'm going to click clear and you'll see this change. But these are frequency of words. Which words are appearing the most for the keywords that these ASINs are showing up for? We have kids showing up the most, which we like to see because we are interested in building a mindfulness for kids book. But if you at any point want to filter specifically by an idea you have in mind, you could also just type in mindfulness or mindfulness, kids. Essentially, whatever niche you're in, just type it in and which phrases you want it to contain. And when you click apply, you'll see that it automatically filtered for these words. So I'm just going to checkbox all of these. I don't think all of these are probably going to be relevant. For example, mindfulness games for kids, not relevant to books. However, again, just to show you how you can build this out, you can click add to my listing, and then I can add it again to that same folder I had. This is why it's important. You'll find different sets of keywords as you play around with these filters. Once I clicked clear, I have 17,414 filtered keywords again. I'm going to click opportunity keywords and show you just how these are different. Now, these are different because not all of these ASINs are ranking for it. And as you can see, not all of these are relevant. This is why it's so important to even open up the actual keyword inside of the Amazon page and take a look at whether or not you actually want to save this information. I think we have sufficient keywords from Cerebro. Let's take a look at Magnet, which is our keyword for keyword research tool. Once you're on this page, you can type in a keyword you have in mind. I'm going to type in mindfulness for kids and click get keywords. Once your information has loaded, you will see a lot of similar fields here that we saw in Cerebro. You have your parameters, of course, that you can play around with, your keyword distribution, your word frequency. You can take a look at the top product showing up for the key phrase, mindfulness for kids, the search volume, what the magnet IQ score is, and what the number of giveaways you would have to do at a discounted value over 8 days to rank on page 1 for mindfulness for kids. Going down, you see keyword sales, the IQ score again, search volume trend, sponsored ASINs, competing products, CPR, match type, and title density. If I want to, let's say, sort by search volume, I can just click the column and it will sort from highest to lowest. However, again, the issue becomes, is it relevant? So let's type in mindfulness again, mindfulness and kids. Here we now have 100 filtered keywords. Mindfulness for kids, mindfulness cards for kids, I'm gonna X out. Kids mindfulness books, coloring book, kids games, gonna X out of that. Let's type in excludes cards and games. All right. Now I have a lot less game-based queries and more workbook queries. You guys, make sure that you get very specific about your avatars because the parents who are searching for mindfulness books for their teens are not the same parents who are searching for kids' books ranged 4 to 8 years old. Let's go back up. I'm just going to select all of these and click add to my list. You want to spend a lot more time on this. I'm just going to add it to our mindfulness folder we added a little bit earlier. And even though I added to the same folder, you guys are welcome to create a new folder and save it separately. With that, let me show you where that populates. You go to Tools, My List, Keywords, and you'll see it shows up on our second page. And here you have it. You have your mindfulness folder. And opening that up, you will now see the keywords, the associated search volume, competing products, and then the date you've added it, as well as the export to tool icon. Not all of the search volume is showing up, I realize that, as well as the competing products. However, this is why it's so important to take your time inside of Cerebro and Magnet when you are doing that original keyword research, because you have access to both of these numbers inside of those tools. It might not show up here simply because either that number is very low, or this software was built for physical products, and it is something Helium 10 is still working on expanding for authors specifically. What about after you've taken time to find keywords on Amazon, inside of Cerebro, doing the reverse product keyword search, as well as inside of Magnet, which is a keyword for keyword research tool? What happens after that? Well, you can go to Tools and click Listing Builder. At this point, you've created your list, you have a set of keywords you want to use, and you can click Add a Listing in the top right-hand corner, clicking Get Started underneath Create from Scratch. If you want, of course, you have the option to input an ASIN, but I'm just going to click Start Building. You will have 3 options to create a bank of keywords for your listing. You can either add from your list. Let's definitely do that because we have this mindfulness folder we just created. And here you can see that get updated. It says we have 74 out of 1,000 keywords. This might be dependent on the account type you have. So if you have a starter plan or a platinum or diamond plan, this might be different for you. I have a diamond plan. It is associated with the search volume you see for each of these keywords or long tail keyword phrases, as well as the number of competing products and then the CPR number once again. You can also get keyword suggestions where you input 2 to 10 top competitor ASINs and find suggested keywords. This is not something I recommend doing simply because then you don't have access to all of the cool metrics that you could see in Cerebro and Magnet. However, it is an option there that you can use. You can also manually add keywords. Maybe you're having a conversation with a parent and they're telling you about how their kid has been struggling with overcoming things their peers are saying to them. That is when maybe you can start to get an idea of, hey, I want to incorporate something about mental toughness. Then I can input maybe mental toughness here. I can also add gratitude. I can add journaling and click add to bank, and you will see it load here right up top. And now you can see it went from 74 keywords to 77. Let's say now you're happy with your keyword bank. You have 77 keywords. I can click next, and you immediately have access to a keyword bank that is color coded. But Shivali, what does the color coding mean? Well, let me tell you. The red stands for words that have higher word frequency, meaning more of those keywords we inputted have that word showing up in the keyword phrases. And then the red in the phrases section means those words are more highly searched for. whereas the cooler tones are less searched for and have less word frequency. On the right-hand side, you can write your content using your sorted keywords from the bank. Here, let's type in mindfulness for kids, and you will see that a autocomplete will populate from the words and phrases section on the left-hand side. If I want, I can go through and select something, or I can just type it out, and on the left-hand side, you will see them get crossed out as I actually type them into the product title or bullet points section. The number here stands for how many times it's been used in our listing already. This is great for keeping track of how many times you're using your keywords. Keep in mind that when you are in a retail store, it's so much easier to actually persuade your customer, right? You walk into a store, an employee will greet you. They'll say, "Hey, how are you? What can I do for you? What are you looking for today?" and actually guide you to a purchase. But as an author that sells online, you are a lot more limited in your capacity to persuade because you are given a limited amount of space in your listing. So you want to be very sure of not only the keywords you're using, that they're optimized, that they're in demand, that they have low enough competition for you to compete when you get on that market with 0 reviews, but also that you are not just overusing or keyword stuffing your information on that listing page. Let's add something up front. Let's type in practicing mindfulness for kids for improved mental toughness. You will see that we have different phrases and different words that we have now crossed out. For bullet points, again, this software was really created for physical products. You'll want to go in and change it. If you're on Kindle, maybe change it to 4,000. Or if you are selling a physical copy through FBM or FBA, you can go through and adjust as you would like. I'm going to go ahead and type something else in here. Let's type in, "This book was created to enhance mindfulness for kids who worry, full of mindfulness exercises and mindfulness mantras for kids to go from mindful to mindful." I'm doing this very fast, just inputting some information using these words I'm seeing. And also, of course, as you saw, I didn't take too much time in curating my list. However, you will want to take more time. I just want to showcase these tools to you so you know how to use them. I can see that I now have used mindfulness for kids twice. If I wanted to, let's say, not reuse something that I used in my title or in my bullet points, then I would be able to just click ignore right here, just toggle on or off, and it will automatically cross out how many times I've used it. I'm going to change that back and keep this at our full search capacity. Scrolling down, you'll see the generated search volume as well as the listing quality score. Listing quality score is more applicable if you're doing something via FBM or FBA. These are just common Amazon best practices that you will want to keep in mind, whether or not your title and your bullet points are maximized to their capacity. But if you're on the Kindle platform, then listing quality score won't be as relevant for you because not all of these are even provided. You don't have access to 5+ bullet points. You just have description of 4,000 characters and 7 backend terms. The generated search volume, very useful in understanding how much traffic are you really going to be able to get in front of based off of the listing information that you have created. With that, we are done. Let's click finish. And you'll see it populate into your listing builder. At any point, if you want to go in and edit your keyword list or edit your listing, you can do that. Just click that little pen icon and it will allow you to curate that keyword list once again. And of course, the rest is sort of self-explanatory. With that, I hope that you were able to find this video useful, that you now have a better understanding of how to use the Helium 10 tools to find really awesome searched for keywords that can help you generate sales. I will leave a code for you guys down below to get $100 off of a conference that they're hosting in Las Vegas this upcoming September. So if you're watching this video before September, make sure that you make use of that coupon code. It's $100 off again, and they have some really awesome keynote speakers that you won't want to miss out on, as well as the invaluable opportunity to network. I'll be there. Some of the biggest names in the Amazon field will be there. I'll also be sure to link a code for a Helium 10 plan if you would like to get started. in the description below. If you found this video helpful, then I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And let me know in the comment section what you want to hear about next time. I look forward to being of value and of service to your Amazon journey. Just be sure to hit subscribe so you're always notified when I upload new content. I'll see you in the next video.